ganache is set up, as you can see, I can touch my finger to it and it doesn't really move. So now we're going to fill it with that salted caramel mixture we made earlier. And I just kind of glob it on. And then I use an offset spatula to spread it around and make sure that the entire thing is full and it's even. And I like to put my cake on a Lazy Susan so I can turn it around as I work. You can see we're going to fill right up to the edge of where that ganache is. We're going to take this cake out of its pan, the same way we did the last one, and put it right on top. And then we're going to take this and put it back in the refrigerator, let that all set up for about an hour, and then we'll ice the outside. The cake is set up now, and the only thing we have left to do is to ice and decorate. I'm going to take a pastry brush and run it along the side of the cake board to get all those little crumbs away. Otherwise, we're just having crumbs all in our icing. Just like that. Now, I'm going to take some of that ganache that we used earlier and put it on top of the cake. And then using my offset spatula, I'm going to slide it to the sides and make a nice little barrier around. This is another reason why that Lazy Susan works well. They also make like cake turntables that you could use. I just like my Lazy Susan. So we want to make it smooth. And we want to get all the way down to the bottom. And you might get some icing on the board itself, but all we do is we're going to wipe that up later. Fill in, if you see these little parts where there's not any icing, we're going to fill those in real quick. And then we're going to take my straight spatula, that was the offset. I'm going to fill in the little gaps at the bottom. This just makes it easier. Until we have a smooth surface all the way around, and then we're going to slide the spatula and move the cake. See how it's smooth all the way around? Anytime you get too much icing on your spatula, just wipe it off in your bowl. Alright, so then we take a paper towel and put a little bit of water on it, and then run it along the side to get up all that ganache that's got onto it. A lot of people use parchment paper or wax paper under the cake before they start and then pull it out. I always find that I make a bigger mess that way. So it's easier to make the small mess and clean it up. And then we're going to put this back in the refrigerator, and then we're going to make our caramel drizzle.